Let's clear something up. Not all gossip about you is bad. Your name is being brought up in conversation, and positive things are being said about you. So we're going to smudge the cards and get started. So the positive things that are being said about you is that you're intelligent, you're strategic. It can be like in the workplace or in your community, even in your family. Like you do have family members that look up to you, even if they don't say it to you directly. But when your name is being brought up in conversation and people are gathering around, discussing things, your name is being brought up and positive things are being said about you because you have made so many improvement in your life. Okay, you've leveled up on so many levels, and people have no choice but to acknowledge your excellence. They have no choice but to acknowledge your level up. Okay, so the positive things being said. Ooh, oh my God, 9 of Cups. Okay, so the positive things that is being said about you right now is that you are wish fulfillment. Like you have what people desire. So whether it's the body, the life, the partner, and it's not like envious energy, it's really like admiration with the 9 of Cups. So you're being admired for your emotional um composure. You're also being admired by for your ability to see things in a positive light, like because you live your life authentically and you're being admired for this. Okay, so the positive things being said about you. Ooh, Queen of Cups, emotionally intelligent. The positive things that are being said about you is that you're very sweet, you're very loving, emotionally mature, very calm, cool, and collected under pressure. Okay, so that could be like, where you are navigating challenging or toxic situations with people, stakeholders at work, or colleagues, or family members that are a little bit more challenging to deal with. The way that you navigate those interactions is being perceived as like positive reinforcement with the Queen of Cups. Okay, so the positive things people. Ooh, 6 of Swords. The positive things that is being said about you right now is that you're not a type of person that is going to hold on to grudges. You move on to calmer waters and you let things go. Let's say if you had like a misunderstanding with someone the day before, you're not going to bring that same energy to the next day. Like you're going to leave that experience in the past where it happened, but then today is going to be a new slate, and people like compliment you on that. Okay, the positive things being said about you. Ooh, bounce. That's the positive thing that is being said about you. You are a natural born a leader. You are a self-starter. You're someone who's very structured, okay, with the Emperor. You're someone who is strong-willed. You could be an Aries here, don't have to be. You could have a very strong fire placements, or you could be like a cardinal sign as well with the Emperor. So it could be a Libra, Cancer, or Capricorn. Okay, so with these positive attributes and qualities, what is being said about you right now is that you could be next in line for a promotion at work because you take the lead on certain tasks or execute certain tasks without being asked. Okay, you take the lead on it, and not only that, you are somebody who is outcome driven. So that's one thing that people say positively about you, but that's more work related. Okay, so the positive things that are being said about you. The positive things being said about you. Ooh, we have the Ace of Cups, loving, genuine energy with the Ace of Cups, positivity. Okay, that's what's being said about you right now. Like your love is genuine, your self-love, your self-care. Okay, like everything that you do, how you conduct yourself, people see it in the positive light. So some of you could be esthetician here, or just someone who's into beauty and skincare, and maybe you have a channel where you share your self-care practices and your rituals and your products, and it's extremely informative for people that are like, your viewers, or people that are just looking for more information. They find like your content very informative, and this is something that people positively say about you, okay? And they could tell that you're doing it from the goodness of your heart and that you actually enjoy it. This is something that you love. You are in alignment with it. So the positive things people say about you, the positive thing, we have the Page of Pentacles. So the positive things that people say about you is that you are a natural scholar. You're someone who grasps concept very quickly, and you are methodical in your approach of learning. You're very practical, grounded individual. So you're someone who could easily focus on a task without breaking a sweat, and you don't usually get distracted. And this is what people are saying about you. The positive things being said about you, just one. Ooh, Ace of Pentacles, my collective. Okay. The positive things being said about you is that you are valuable with the Ace of Pentacles. You are someone who's very skilled and talented, and you bring a lot of value. So this is like in the workplace, especially tied to the Emperor. In the workplace, your value is felt. So let's say, for instance, you go on vacation, right? And you go on vacation for a week. Even if you have a backup, like the quality, not the quality of the work drops, but the methodology is not the same, like the flow is not the same. So let's say, for instance, you are someone who's very responsive, you're someone who is very methodical, you get things done in a timely manner. Maybe the person who backs you up, they're a little bit sloppy, or maybe they're not as thorough as you. This is something like, in contrast, people could compare you to others, and not in a negative way, but it's just like to showcase that you are a high performer with the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, this is why some of you are up next for a promotion with the Emperor. So the positive things being said about you, just one card, please. Ooh, we have the Nine of Wands. Okay, so with the Nine of Wands, the positive things that are being said about you is that you are a warrior. You are someone who has gone through a lot of obstacles and challenges in life, but you're still standing. You're still persevering. You're still pushing forward. You're not the type of person that's just going to give up just because the going gets tough. Okay, you have like your mind is meant, like you're sharp. Okay, you have stamina. So that's the positive thing that's being said about you. The positive things being said about you, we have the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords definitely has like that connotation of like being unbothered, indifferent, or indecisive. But in this instance, in this specific reading, the positive things that are being said about you is that you are someone who has the ability to not allow yourself to drown into other people's drama. Like, you know how to emotionally and mentally detach. And this is a skill, especially if you are working in an environment where it's chaotic, for you not to absorb other people's chaos and learning how to navigate and not become overwhelmed. It's actually a skill, and this is something that people compliment you on, and it's like something that people have observed about you throughout like a long period of time. So let's say, for instance, you've been at your job for like a year or 2 years. This is like something that you have been constantly demonstrating throughout your actions, that you're someone who doesn't fumble or crumble when the going gets tough. So the positive things being said about you, yeah, you see with the Eight of Swords, it's like how you manage your anxiety. Like, you don't let your anxiety or your stress seep into your tone or how you deal with people, what you say. Okay, it doesn't affect your judgment as well. So this is something that people compliment you on. Like, when you are in a high stakes situation, how do you handle yourself? How do you communicate? How is your energy? How is your composure? Like, this is something that people notice about you, and they speak positively about it, especially like I'm going back in the workplace, even amongst family. So let's say, for instance, you have a family member that's very reactive, right? Or someone who likes to instigate problems, someone who likes to poke the bear and to get a reaction. The way that you handle this person so gracefully. You could be a Libra in here. You handle this person so gracefully that people are like, in shock with how you compose yourself, because they know if they were in the same situation, they would have snapped or spazzed a long time ago, but you're not like that. Okay, so the positive things being said about you. Ooh, 601s. Okay, my collective. Okay, 601s. That's what's up. The positive things that is being said about you is you're being held in high honor. You are respected. Okay, you are respected. I know it could be like it could feel like no, because you may have experienced people that did not respect your authority or did not respect you as an individual. Just know that these are not your people, or these are people that are threatened by the respect that you get because of your character. Some of you is your character, how you conduct yourself, that invokes respect in others and not your title. And those people that have a title but are not respected are people that are intimidated by you. But with the 601s, you are held in high honor. You are spoken of in high honor. Okay, so we have the Magician here. So the positive things that are being said about you is that you are someone who is extremely methodical. Okay, with the Magician, you could be a Gemini or a Virgo. But with this energy, with the Magician, you are resourceful. That's the positive things that is being said about you. So you're the type of person, if there is no way currently, like let's say if you are in a pickle, like you're in a jam, right? You're not going to let that jam, like that pickle that you're in, stop you from reaching your goals. You're going to find a way. You're going to use the resources that are at your disposal to get things done. And that's what people compliment you on. So let's say if you find yourself in a sticky situation, is never permanent with you. You always find a workaround. Okay. The positive things being said about you. We have the Four of Cups. Okay, so the Four of Cups definitely always have like not a negative connotation, but it does have like this melancholy connotation to it. But the way that it's coming up here in this reading, the positive things that are being said about you is that you put your needs and yourself first, not in a selfish way, but in a way that is also going to be useful and helpful for others. So you don't let yourself, like, you don't put your needs last and then become a martyr for other people. And people compliment you on that. They say positive things about that, because it's like you're never going to self-sacrifice at like to your own detriment. You're not going to do that with the Four of Cups. You're going to say no to things that are not in alignment with you. And that protects your energy. Okay. And that makes you even more valuable, because your energy is a source, like it's a resource, right? So you don't, that's, your energy is not finite. Okay, so it's like it's gonna run out if you spend it, not if you don't spend it wisely. So because you know your worth, you know your value, you're not going to allow anyone or anything drain you of that resource. You have boundaries, and people compliment you on that. Having boundaries is healthy. Okay, so you have boundaries, and it's like it sets a standard for how people should respect you and how they should conduct themselves in your life. So the positive things being said about you, the positive things being said about you. Just one card, please, Spirit. The positive things, we have the Devil. Okay, the positive things that are being said about you with this energy is that you are someone who is focused. Okay, you don't get distracted. You are someone who is ambitious here, and that's the positive things that is being said about you. Like I said, you don't stop until you reach your goal, even if it's challenging, even if it's takes you longer than expected. You don't stop until you reach it. Okay, so you never give up. Okay, you're unstoppable. That's the positive things that's being said about you with the Devil. You're unstoppable. Okay, so the positive things being said about you. Ooh, King of Pentacles. That's what's up. Okay, you're methodical. You're practical. You're a grounded individual. That's what's being said about you. You're reliable. That's the positive things. Like people know that they can count on you. Your word is your bond. You are definitely a woman or a man of your word. So when you give your word, you follow through. You're not just running your mouth just to run your mouth. You're going to do it. You can back it up with action. So the positive things being said about you, we have the Temperance card, Sagittarius energy. So we have two fire sign and two earth signs. So you could have earth and fire at your top three. Okay, so with the Temperance card, you're calm, cool, and collected under pressure. This is the positive things that people say about you, and also they speak of your optimism, the way that you see life, your philosophy on life. People compliment you on that. Okay, they love the way that you see the world. You're an explorer. You are someone who may have traveled to multiple countries, so your mind is like there's a lot of expansion to you, and that's the positive things that people say about you. And they also say that like you are an amazing teacher, like you teach people because Sagittarius is like higher learning, right? So that energy is like you're someone who goes into the deep end, like you like to learn about different topics and you go deep with it. You don't skim through the surface, you go deep with the knowledge. Okay, so the positive things being said about you, ooh, King of Wands, confident, bold. Okay, you have amazing leadership qualities here, and that makes sense because we also have the Emperor here and the Devil. So your leadership qualities are at the forefront. Okay, you're extremely influential. Okay, that's the positive things that people are saying about you. You're influential, your energy is contagious, you inspire people to be the best version of themselves. Okay, so maybe you're someone who had to overcome certain obstacle, and you are definitely a role model for other people to follow suit. Okay, the positive things being said about you, just one card please, Spirit, just one card. The positive things being said about you, just one card. We have the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is like sadness, heartbreak, disappointment in love. Okay, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you are a disappointment in love or anything like that. It could mean like the way that you handle yourself when you are disappointed. People could compliment you on that. Those are the positive things that people say about you. Like you always lead with love, you always lead with grace. Okay, you give people grace. Okay, you are like, it doesn't necessarily mean that you let people walk all over you. You give them grace, you have understanding, but you also have boundaries, and that's the positive things that people say about you. The positive things people say about you, the positive things being said about you, just one card please, Spirit. We have the Three of Wands. Okay, so with the Three of Wands, this tells me that the positive things being said about you is that you are someone who is gold oriented. Okay, someone who is innovative, somebody who's a visionary, somebody who takes action. You see the bigger picture. So you could be a Sagittarius because we have Sagittarius here, so you see the bigger picture. You're not narrow minded. Okay, the positive things being said about you, just one card. Ooh, didn't I say Sagittarius? Now Temperance is out again. See, yeah, you are someone whose mind is expanding. You're always expanding. You're a great teacher. The way that you speak, the way that you think is something that people gravitate towards. Okay, they love like how your mind works. These are the positive things that are being said about you. You have a beautiful mind, a very creative mind, expanded mind, artistic as well. Like you, some of you could have multiple artistic talents. So some of you could be dancers, singers. Okay, songwriters, like you could do a lot of things, like you have a lot of musical talents as well as artistic talents, like maybe like drawing. You could draw like from memory, like let's say if you see something you could just remember, like you could see it in your mind's eye and then you can draw it again. You don't have to have it in front of you to be able to draw it. Like you have this amazing talent here. This is what I'm getting here. Ooh, 10 of Pentacles. Ooh, legacy building, value, long-term value. That's the positive things being said about you. You are worth the investment. You are someone that people like to grow with, like to invest with. Okay, or invest in with the 10 of Pentacles. So you may have people, especially in the workplace with the 10 of Pentacles, there's something about your service, your talent, okay, that you possess that people are drawn to with the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so when it comes to the quality of your work, it's excellent. That's what's being said about you, like the positive things being said about you. The quality of your work is on match with the Ten of Pentacles. The positive things being said about you, just one card, please, Spirit. The positive things, ooh, we have the Three of Pentacles. You are a great team player. It's really easy to collaborate or work with you. You're a pleasure to be around. You're very like with the Three of Pentacles, you're a quick learner as well. That's what I'm getting here. These are the positive things being said about you. Yeah, I feel like in the workplace, you're being recommended, or your name is being brought up in like executive calls, you know, amongst like the leadership team, the C-suite. Your name is being brought up in conversation. Sorry about that, my collective. So, as I was saying, your name is being brought up in conversations within the C-suites, like meeting. Okay, so you're being seen, you're being perceived as someone who is extremely valuable to the organization. So, at work with the Three of Pentacles, and these are the positive things being said about you. That's why I feel like a lot of you are up for a promotion with the Emperor. The positive things being said about you, the positive things being said about you, the positive things being said about you. We have Justice, Libra. Okay, so we have three cardinal signs. Didn't I say? And didn't I say Libra? Okay, you are someone who operates in high integrity. That's what is being said about you right now. You are someone who could be trusted. Okay, you are emotionally safe. And that's the positive things that are being said about you with the Justice card. Okay, the positive things being said about you, just one card, please, Spirit. The positive things being said about you, just one card. We have the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles with the Justice card tells me that the positive things being said about you is that you are someone who includes others. Okay, so whenever somebody feels left out in the cold or somebody feels unsupported, you're always the one to reach out. You're always the one to include them in conversations, or include them, or make them feel safe, make them feel seen. Okay, this is the positive things that are being said about you. You may have also helped people quietly. So you may be the type of person that donates, or somebody who, like, you know, go out of your way to help homeless people. You know, you give them like food, or like you give them like toiletry. You give them things that are they're going to need, like necessities that they need to survive. Okay, you go out of your way to do that, but without having to broadcast it or tell everyone that you did that. Okay, you do it at the goodness of your heart, and people definitely remember that. And those are the positive things that people say about you, and especially the people that you've helped come out of a sticky situation, helped like come out of the Five of Pentacles situation, are forever grateful to you. Okay, so that's all I have for the collective. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.